everybody, this is Chessaniac here. And first I'd like to say, thank you for watching and welcome aboard. Now this video right here, I'm going to enact an actual game, give you move by moves. This is an actual game. It's in the seniors in St. Louis 2022. And it's let me pronounce names right. Igor Khmelitsky and Dmitry Gurevich. Like I said, it's in St. Louis. Khmelitsky is white, now betrayed by the yellow, and Gurevich is black, betrayed by the red. And from this, a puzzle came from it. And now some of your very recent books that have chess puzzles will include this one. So I'm going to show you the actual game where it came from, and I'll definitely show you when it's a puzzle. So let's get started here. Khmelitsky opened with the queen to d4. Gurevich responded by knight to f6. Not really. You'll see this more in the Masters. You'll see this more in the Masters, excuse me, there. When they play each other. And maybe your advanced players you'll see us more, but beginners won't usually try. Usually beginners will counteract here or a pawn. Then Khmelitsky moved his bishop to f4. Development. g6. Knight to c3. d5. e3. Bishop to g7. Basically, all everybody's doing in the beginning now is just developing their pieces. h4. h5, which is a very unusual response. Knight to f3. Castle kingside. Knight to e5. Kind of like a Queen's Gambit type thing. Move to c5. I guess you can call it the Black's version of Queen's Gambit. Bishop to e2. Queen b6, which threatens his pawn here. It's probably what he's trying to do. Knight to a4. Very unusual for somebody in the Masters to move their knight. Usually don't want to do it unless they have to. And they're not really threatening. So not sure why. Queen is going to queen to a5. As you see, it checks the king. Move the pawn to block. Take. So it's c takes d4. Attack the queen. Move the queen out of safety here. Back to d8. Now c takes d4. As you can see here. Knight to d7. Develop your knight. Knight to c3. Knight takes. Knight. The bishop takes the knight back. Bishop. Bishop to f5. I think for some reason you want to attack it here. Queen. b3. e6. f3. a5. King to f2. Not sure why you want to do that, but there's a strategy there. So, you want to keep your king in the back ranks and in the corners. Move your queen. So, take. And take back with the rook. A little bit of a protection here. Move your pawn to block. Rook is attacking the knight. So I can see the logic here. There's a pawn out of the way. So for some reason I have to move the queen out of the way. You can take the knight with the rook. My entrance says this is really a mistake, but not sure why. So here we go next. Again, you move your knight back row. And here's your puzzle here. I said there's a puzzle here. You know, what's the best move for white? As you can see, your knight is attacking this pawn. I'm going to take the pawn, it's attacking the queen. So, something to learn from. Because you got to know what your opponent's doing and results of what your opponent did. So really, the puzzle is like, is it... Someone have it... Can the knight take this pawn here? Because the idea is, you might think, take the pawn here, attacks the queen. You got to move the queen out of the way. And then you can take the rook. But in reality, you advanced players watching this should know why that's not a good idea. As he takes the pawn, which he did. And that's basically a blunder right there. And he takes. So now the plan is foiled here. You just lost the knight. And Khmelitsky actually resigned from this position right here. So Gurevich wins the game. So the lesson is basically this. Make sure you know what your opponent does and what's it going to look like and the effects of what your opponent does. Not only your moves, but you also need to know the effects of what your opponent does too. So that's the lesson here. Because as you can see here, I'm going to show you back here. Taking this pawn. So you're thinking it's blocked, but You can take what you take this pawn here. Probably did not see that. Maybe because the bishop was in the way. I don't know. But when he took, then taking it ruined his plan. So I hope you learned something from this. And this is the Chess Aniac saying thank you for watching and see you next time.